All right, let's dive right into what was just an absolute thriller. Game 6 of the World Series. With the Blue Jays just one single win away from a championship and the Dodgers with their backs completely against the wall, this was so much more than a baseball game. This was about nerve, it was about history, and it was about a strategy that will now define everything.
For the Los Angeles Dodgers, it really doesn't get any simpler than this, does it? Win or go home. It's the ultimate pressure cooker. This is the kind of environment where you find out who you really are and where legacies are either born or they're broken.
So here's the situation coming into the night. The Blue Jays are sitting pretty with a 3-2 series lead. They can taste it. They're just one victory away from hoisting that trophy. For the Dodgers, there is absolutely no margin for error, zero room to breathe.
Now, to really understand the kind of pressure the Dodgers were under, you have to look at the history here. This wasn't just another tough spot. For this franchise, this exact scenario has been something of a curse.
0. Just look at that number. That's how many times the Dodgers had ever won a World Series Game 6 when they were trailing 3-2. They had been in this exact spot 7 times before in their long history, and every single time, they failed to force a Game 7. So yeah, you could say history was not on their side. And it wasn't just some old franchise curse they were fighting. It was their current performance, too. Their bats had gone ice cold. The entire team was hitting under 200 for the series. To put that in perspective, no team has won a title hitting that poorly since the 1962 Yankees. So they weren't just battling the Blue Jays, they were battling their own offensive ghosts.
And the biggest reason for those struggles, well, it basically came down to one guy and one absolutely unhittable pitch. The Dodgers' road to Game 7 had a massive roadblock, and its name was Kevin Gausman, who was throwing at the absolute peak of his game.
Gausman came out of the gate breathing fire. He struck out 5 of the first 6 batters he faced. Think about that for a second. This wasn't just good pitching. This was complete and utter dominance against a lineup full of all-stars. They looked totally overmatched right from the jump.
And he wasn't being sneaky about it. Everybody in the stadium, everybody watching at home, knew exactly what he was doing. He was leaning on that signature pitch of his, the splitter. And it's just a devastating pitch. It comes out of his hand looking like a fastball, and then at the last second, the bottom completely drops out. It's designed to make hitters look foolish.
The announcers in the booth absolutely nailed it. The pitch was, for all intents and purposes, unhittable. You saw the Dodgers hitter swinging right over it. You saw them freezing up and taking it for strikes. They were just completely baffled. It was without a doubt the single most dominant weapon of the entire series.
And the numbers, my goodness, the numbers were just staggering. Coming into this game, the entire Dodgers team, not one guy, the whole team, was a combined 1 for 27 against that splitter. Just one single hit. So I have to ask, how are you supposed to win a championship when you literally cannot hit the one pitch you know is coming?
And yet, baseball is a funny, funny game. In a game that was being defined by pure dominance, it all came apart for Gausman in one single inning. The Dodgers' entire season really came down to this one crucial, tide-turning moment where they finally broke through. So let's walk through how this happened. It started with a leadoff double from Tommy Edman. That was a huge moment right there, their first base runner of the game. Then, after an out, the Blue Jays did the smart thing and intentionally walked Shohei Ohtani. But that strategy completely backfired. With 2 outs, Will Smith came through with an RBI double to break the tie, and then came the big one. Mookie Betts with the bases loaded, and he delivers a clutch 2-run single.
For Mookie Betts, man, this was just pure redemption. He had been struggling so badly, leaving an unbelievable 24 runners on base in the postseason. With that one hit, you could practically feel the weight of the world lift off his shoulders, and really, off the entire Dodgers dugout.
3. That was the magic number. In a game that felt like they might never score, they put up a 3 spot. It felt like a massive rally at the time, and as it turns out, that was all the offense they would need to get the win. But if you thought Toronto was just going to roll over, you were dead wrong. After the Dodgers' big inning, this game tightened up into a serious nail-biter. It became a true game of inches, where every single pitch from that point on felt like it had the weight of the World Series on it. Toronto answered immediately. George Springer gets a run right back in the bottom of the 3rd. Then they threatened with big 2-out doubles in the 6th, and again in the 7th. They just kept the pressure on. And it all led to the 9th inning, runners on 2nd and 3rd, nobody out.
For the Dodgers, that is an absolute nightmare scenario. The championship-winning run is standing on second base.
What happened next was it's one of those plays that will be on highlight reels forever. Jimenez hits this little looping fly ball to left. Kike Hernandez comes charging in, dives, and makes a spectacular shoestring catch for the out. But he's not done. He pops right back up and fires a perfect throw to second base, catching the runner who had drifted too far off the bag for a game-ending double play. Just an absolutely stunning, unbelievable way to end a baseball game.
So that incredible play didn't just win the game. It forced a winner-take-all Game 7. And now, the way this classic played out has set up a fascinating strategic chessboard for the final showdown.
I mean, come on, Game 7. It's what every fan dreams of, what every player lives for. A winner-take-all championship game. After this entire long season, after a grueling playoff run, it all comes down to 9 more innings. And the drama of Game 6 set the stage perfectly.
So let's look at the chess match for Game 7. For the Dodgers, a couple of big things. Can Mookie Betts carry that momentum from his big hit? And maybe more importantly, how are they going to handle their pitching? They had to use their ace, Tyler Glasnow, in relief, so it's going to be a bullpen day, which is always a tightrope walk. For the Blue Jays, the mission is crystal clear. You have to get a hit with runners in scoring position. They actually out-hit the Dodgers in Game 6, but couldn't deliver that knockout punch. They have to find a way to cash in on their chances.
Which, of course, leaves us with the ultimate question. After a game like that, who really has the momentum? On one side, you have the Blue Jays, who have to be psychologically crushed after being so close. On the other, you've got the Dodgers, who just pulled off a miracle win. You know, momentum is a funny thing, but surviving an elimination game with a finish like that, well, that creates a special kind of belief. The Blue Jays are thinking about what could have been, while the Dodgers just saw what's possible. If I'm a betting man, I'd say that feeling of escaping death is exactly the kind of energy that carries a team to a championship.